Hello, I'm Adam Meek. I am Chief Observer for York Advanced Motorcyclists and I'm a Masters Mentor car and bike for IAM RoadSmart. Going way back, I originally joined the IAM because I passed my bike test. That was back in the day when you got your category A2, I think it was, and then you could pass. And then you basically transitioned up to the full license after a couple of years. My dad basically said to me, right, you can have my old winter bike, but there's a requirement here, there's a catch. You need to get yourself down to IM and learn how to ride it properly. Then I decided I wanted to give something back, so I joined first as a local observer at the local group, then went for my national when the national observer test came through, did my masters as part of being chief observer, wanted to make sure I was fully up to speed. Then Steve offered me the opportunity of being a masters mentor. I thought it was a very good opportunity to give back, pass on to others what others have passed on to me, which is the skills to do with road safety and vehicle control. Very beneficial, particularly so starting from the beginning. We get a lot of people through for tasters rides in York Advanced Motorcyclists. That's how a lot of people come in. That costs an out. You come along, we'll take you out for an hour, give a few hints and tips, and then quite a few join the Advanced Riders course from that. I find that very beneficial because it often takes someone from like a baseline level and it builds them up. Masters is really a step beyond that. I've only recently started doing that. Yeah, it's beneficial because it's taking people onto that next step, that next level, and you can really see that improvement as they go along from the advanced riders course or advanced riders course level up to that next level, which is masters. It's the same procedures, it's the same guidance, but there's little differences. Much more accurate, you're much more following things exactly. And you can really see that difference from the advanced riders course, advanced drivers course level up to masters. And I saw that in myself as well. So we've had a few people who came to us after accidents, where they'd lost a lot of confidence and seen that improvement from basically being scared of the machine, being scared of being out on the road. I've had people who basically would slam the brakes on going into a corner and basically crawl around it at like 10, 15 mile an hour, build it back up again. People who'd absolutely refuse to go on the motorway and basically stop if they realised they were going onto a slip road, things like that. And you build them up, takes a bit more time than a lot of others, but you build it back up, you build back up that confidence, and then they start enjoying riding again particularly. That's where like an incident will really get your nerves because you've got less protection around you, you ain't got that cocoon, that shell. Those are the ones that really stick with me. It's the ones where they've joined us because it's like, I'm not comfortable with this anymore. I don't know how to react. Something's happened. I don't know how to handle it. And then they develop and you see that change. The light switch moment, I am enjoying this again. I'm used to this again. I can go out with my mates and just enjoy it, like enjoy riding the bike like I used to, and I don't feel like I'm holding them back or things like that. And that's basically what I do it for. Getting people comfortable again, teaching people new skills. I joined IAM when I was either 18 or 19, I can't remember exactly. I passed my standard bike test on the Saturday. The next Saturday I was down at the local IAM group getting signed up with my dad's old winter bike, and absolutely great response. You can't get anything better. I've also got some learning difficulties and some disabilities, which make things a lot harder. Limited distance perception. My reaction times are slower than most, things like that. And the observer team were willing to take the time and work through that with me and get my skills up. So if there's ever anyone who struggles from those sort of things and thinks, oh, this won't be for me, it can be. They're not going to single you out. They're not going to laugh at you. They're not going to give you grief. They're just going to work on you and get you up to the same level as everyone else. Might need it a little bit of a different way, particularly for younger people. I found it made a massive difference to the car bike insurance. We all know that's a big thing. So 200 quid might sound like a lot, or whatever it is now, but it saves you on the long run, and it makes you a much better rider. You'll be a lot more confident. You'll learn a lot from it. Just done your advanced. First thing I'd be saying to someone, let it settle in. Going straight from advanced to masters is not impossible, but it can be very difficult. You've just taken on a load of information, a load of knowledge, a load of skills, a load of things that you've potentially not thought about before, and you've just started that road to being a thinking rider or driver. A lot of people who I'm aware of who do the Masters tend to come through the National Observer pathway. So they tend to become Advanced Rider Driver, National Observer in their chosen vehicle type, and then they go on to the Masters. That's because that, by necessity, being a National Observer gives you some of the additional skill sets around looking a bit further ahead and thinking about what other people are doing. If you want to go directly to it, it is possible as the Master's Taster. I'd consider that as the first port of call, because if you're not quite ready yet, or it's a bit of a less pressure environment than when you've said, right, I'm going to do this course, I'm going to sign up. When you're given the book that's like 300 pages long and here's the book. Start looking into things in a hell of a lot more detail. It's a brilliant course. You learn a lot from it, but you need to go into it with the right mindset, which is, I'm really going to have to study this. I'm going to have to read the books. You only get as much out of it as you're willing to put in. And that goes for the advanced riders and advanced drivers course as well. I volunteer for IAM RoadSmart, obviously. I also volunteer for our local blood banks organisation, which basically, for those who don't know, involves getting called out in the middle of the night to haul something from like one hospital to another or something like that. Volunteering is a lot different than going to work. Everyone's there because they want to do it. And I've always found volunteering to be very rewarding, particularly when it comes to my chosen areas. So that's road safety, or I do the blood banking to help out the NHS because they've helped me out a hell of a lot over the years. Whatever someone decides to do on the volunteering needs to be something you're interested in. And it needs to be something that appeals to you. I like going out on bike, I like going in car, I like driving, riding, and it gives me an excuse to get out of there and help people who need a hand. The other thing I'd say with volunteering with IAM specifically, there's quite a lot of benefits attached. The National Observer qualification is an industry recognised qualification. Lasts you 5 years. You can go to any group. You got a bit of paper that says, I've got a national qualification and I can come to you and they know that I know exactly the same thing if I'm working in York as if I would if I was down in London. I've got the same qualification, I've got the same skills, so you can just step into any group anywhere. I tend to put it down when I've done job applications in the past. And having something on there that you enjoy doing that says, hey, I do something for the community, I do something for a group, can help you out in those areas as well. IAM RoadSmart focuses on road safety, and I think that's one of the most important things that affects people. Everyone deals with a road, whether you're a pedestrian, cyclist, horse rider, whatever, and The more people who have more skills when they're driving a 3.5 ton death machine, the better we are.